We're still waiting on the reverse, carry trade to unwind there in Japan. We don't have any inkling that they are going to come out and raise interest rates in the short term here. We'll go ahead and look at the yen versus the USD on TradingView. Back up in 159 ish, 158.97. Trending a little bit higher here. Um, we really need to see 160, 161, 162 before the Bank of Japan is going to have to act. That is going to require oil to jump higher. So that would also require likely an escalation in conflict between the U.S. and Iran. They did have a 2-week ceasefire that did end today, was the last day of that ceasefire. So we will have to see what transpires over the next 24, 48 hours in that region of the world. It is daytime there now, early morning, I believe. So, if conflict was going to happen, most of the time that's overnight. There's bombings and things. And again, not wishing collateral damage on anybody, praying for everybody in that region that this conflict resolves swiftly. But in order for this to pan out in the way that I think it's going to go, we're likely going to see an escalation. And again, that kind of goes back to the cutting of the underwater sea cables. If we see Iran do that, we've also got indications that they're looking to close the Strait of Oman. So if they come across the peninsula there and close the other strait, be about 32% of global supply of natural gas and oil that would then be shut off. We've never had a situation like this before. In all of recorded history where there's been this large of a drop off in oil production or access to it. I don't think we've really felt the impacts of it yet. I think that people, markets are forward looking, right? So they're going to price in what they believe is going to be the impact, but I think the impact is going to be much more significant than people have priced in, and we are going to see oil prices much, much higher in the near future, especially priced in yen. Which will then, of course, force the Bank of Japan to have to act at their meeting this month, which is on 4/28. I anticipate that they will have to raise interest rates at that point. And that will then cause the cascade that we've all been waiting for as we lead up into May, June, and July here. I think we're in for a very interesting next 3 months here in 2026.